Indifference, federally insured by the NCUA.
Hey, fellas, sit down. Sit down here. Sit down. Mr. Joyner, Mr. Campbell, what do we think? What do we think after this first quarter?
Well, I'm gonna have to say, hey, Emerson, you go first.
Emerson, go ahead. Quick analysis.
Here's a shocking development. Kansas wants to win the game, so they're going to play hard. Oklahoma, where's this nationally touted defensive line I've been hearing about for the last 8 months? I don't see it. Let's go. It's the second quarter.
All right, Gabe.
I'm just gonna have to say KU's unis look sick. Rock chalk. That's all I gotta say.
All righty, guys.
All I gotta
See you, fellas, at halftime.
So how are you feeling about this game right now, bud?
I want to chop my off. It's awful.
Sorry to hear that. Let's move on to our next correspondent, Gabe. Gabriel Joyner, how do you feel about this game?
I can't breathe. This is. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. Let it play. Let the game be played.
All right.
Okay, I don't know where Gabe is right now, so go ahead and take a seat, Emerson.
Hello, Sooner Saloon.
All right, so what's
doing?
what's your opinion of the first half?
How about that, homie? Well, like seasoning.
We're joined by Adam. Adam is back.
Hi, I'm back. Where'd I go?
So, surprise. Surprise. Kansas wants to win this game. Shocker. Wow. Oklahoma can't play defense. They can't stop anyone. They can't figure out what a read option looks like. The offense hasn't done anything at all, literally. First time Lincoln Riley's been shut out ever, and he's got 2 5-star quarterbacks on his roster. So, explain that. Is he the quarterback guru?
The longer this game goes, the drunker he gets.
So, does Spencer Rattler start second half? I don't know. Maybe put him in for a drive. See if they can get some points. Figure it out. Sooner.
All righty, we'll see you at the end of the third quarter. There we go.
How do you feel about this game?
I don't feel it in the air yet. We'll see how this possession goes. We'll see how it goes. Emerson, how you feeling?
A lot better after that 80-yard run by Trayvon West. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if they can punch it in.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Kansas 17.
All right, hey guys, here's the deal. What are you thinking?
You know, I'm just flattered. I have nothing to say.
Nothing?
Pure joy right now.
All right.
Just can't breathe.
Adam,
Yes.
that's what you got.
Yeah.
All right. Hell of a deal. Emerson, what are you thinking?
What's up?
What are you thinking at the end of the third quarter?
It was a good quarter. They need to continue to execute, and the defense needs a huge stop right here. That's all I got.
All right.
Marines took the lead 7-0 over Northwestern. Touchdown Oklahoma. Number 26, Kennedy Brooks.
Welcome back. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Emerson, you doing good? You alive?
Not good. Not good.
You alive? Nick's gone tonight. He's busy. He's still working. Bryce Kaiser, he's our buddy. He's filling in for Nick tonight. So I guess we're going to kind of just get straight to it. That was another stressful game by OU once again.
It was a very rough one to hear about, honestly.
It was very rough. Me and Emerson were there to see it firsthand as it played out. Emerson, the first half, Oklahoma had the ball 3 times, and they couldn't fight their way out of a wet paper bag on defense.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
I think the farther the game went, the drunker the drunker you got. We saw that video we just put at the beginning of this. What are you thinking?
Oklahoma needs to learn that everyone wants to beat them, and everyone wants to win games.
No,
and,
surely
everyone's
not.
going to play you.
Surely not.
Yeah. Isn't that a novel concept? Wow, who would have thought? Yeah, it's the defense could not get off the field on third down. Could not get off the field on third down. And KU just marched down the field. Like I said, they had an athletic quarterback that could move around, and Oklahoma looked like they had never seen it before.
Absolutely.
And guess what? He was able to fit it into nice windows in soft coverage that the linebackers couldn't hand people off to. So yeah, I mean Kansas played a great game, and I was sweating at halftime, big time. I was sweating in the fourth quarter.
10-0.
It was a one possession game with 5 minutes left, and it takes a backyard bull crap play just out of nowhere where Caleb Williams just yanks the ball out of Kennedy's hands as he's literally falling down and runs for it on a first down conversion on 4th down and 1. And, if it wasn't for that, I think KU goes down and wins the game, honestly, if that play doesn't happen. So,
Bryce, you did
exciting game. Definitely an exciting game.
It
Bryce,
was.
What were your thoughts?
It was. Before Bryce says anything, okay, the football fan in me attending the game was glad it was a close game and it was a hard-fought game and it was very interesting to watch. The OU fan in me is pissed. Like, damn, fellas. Does that make any sense?
Makes perfect sense. Perfect sense.
Okay. Bryce, did you actually watch the game, or what were you doing?
I watched a couple parts of the game. I was at a wedding, so I was getting ready for everything. However, I had multiple people informing me on how bad my Sooners were doing against Kansas. I thought they were joking at first, but they weren't. I kept asking Siri on my phone. I was like, "Hey, what's the score of the OU game?" Kansas is beating OU 17-7. I'm like, "What the hell is happening?" Like, I tried texting you guys in the group chat to see what was going on, and no response. I'm like, "Oh, this is bad.
Dude,
this is bad."
I wasn't getting any service there, and I tried FaceTiming Nick like 3 times, and I saw his dumb face pop up on my phone like 2 times, and I was trying to record the game for him because I knew he was at work, and it just cut out. There was no way, so I just stopped. Trying.
I will say though, the plays that I was able to catch on the TV, every time I watched them, I swear they did something positive. So I should have just watched the whole game from the get-go.
That's the reason why this happened.
That's the reason. So I'm sorry, Oklahoma, I wasn't watching the game, especially in that first half, and you guys didn't score anything, but it's all right.
Emerson, this is what I say every single year. Every single year since you and me have been diehard fans together. The way to beat OU is to keep their offense off the field every year. That is the way to do it. And guess what? KU did that. And they had a 10-0 lead. A 2-possession lead on Oklahoma, who didn't score a single point in the first half. When has that ever happened
For the first time,
under Lincoln Riley?
Yeah, for the first time.
I was just going to ask.
This is the first time.
When has that happened last for OU?
I can tell you one year, it was 2009. Oklahoma lost to Nebraska 10-3 in Lincoln, Nebraska on a primetime game with Landry Jones. That was an awful. That was probably the worst game I've ever watched as an OU fan. It was the most frustrating. I mean, it was whatever. But so it was a 10-0 lead at halftime, and thank God Oklahoma got the ball to start out the second half. Holy cow. Oklahoma got the ball, they went down the field, and they scored. Caleb Williams threw for 178 yards, and the only reason why I knew that is because I wrote it down. He threw for 178 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a very terrible interception. What was that? You good? Okay. Very terrible interception. Was that Kennedy Brooks that was wide open in the flats on that play? Did you see that? Do you remember that play?
Yeah, there was someone wide open. I can't remember who it was. I'd have to go back and look.
Whatever, but
Sorry.
uh,
It probably was Kennedy or Eric Gray.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then KU actually outgained Oklahoma by 14 yards, and I didn't know that until Emerson brought that up just a little bit ago.
412 to what? 398
398. I wrote that down.
total yards. Yeah. Yeah, and that was the first time Lincoln Riley's been shut out in a half since he's been here.
Is it Caleb Williams'
So-
first turnover this
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
Caleb Williams' first turnover. Yep.
Well-
Those are things that will equalize the field against anyone. I don't care if you're the number one. I don't care if you're the number one team in the country, playing, a team with the reputation like Kansas on the football field. Turnovers and the inability to get off the field on third down will equalize any teams. And that's what happened. And it was a one-possession game with 5 minutes left.
I don't know, man. It was, honestly, I brought up the 2013 game in the preview video we made, how much of a sloppy win it was. This was way worse. This was way worse, and none of our predictions were right at all. At all.
And another thing that was bad that I saw a lot was a lot of penalties being made.
Dude.
Tyrese Robinson had 2 penalties on the opening drive
Yeah.
for Oklahoma.
Yeah, it was freaking
offense.
bad. It was terrible. It was bad.
Yeah.
And-
Oklahoma was not ready to play, and, I'll say this. Lincoln Riley gave them the day off on Monday. So, I don't know what that means. But obviously this team has no ability to focus and lock it in for 3 days of practice before you play a team.
Yeah. And guess what, fellas? Texas Tech next week ain't Kansas. I'm going to tell you that now. And after Texas Tech, we have a 3-game stretch of ranked teams. On top of that, if we make it to the Big 12 championship, that's a 4 out of 5 stretch of ranked top 25 teams.
It's only going to get harder from here.
It is. It is. And just to top it off, you're not going to be able to pull this shit in the SEC. You're not going to be able to.
True.
They're not going to bow down
I don't
to
even
you.
want to get to that far.
They're-
I don't even want to get that far. I want to look at Texas Tech
Yeah. Yeah.
because and honestly, if there was any mystery to how to beat Oklahoma and Lincoln Riley, there's your answer right there. If it wasn't clear as day throughout the first 7 games of the season, Kansas definitely gave you the formula.
There
Play
you go.
disciplined football. Give them what they, give up underneath stuff. Don't get beat deep. And execute on third down and keep your offense on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Have an athletic quarterback.
KU won the time of possession 35 minutes and 30 seconds to Oklahoma's 24 minutes and 30 seconds.
Jeez.
There's another one for you there. Both teams had 1 turnover apiece. So the second half was better. I think Oklahoma scored on every drive, maybe besides 1. I don't know. Whatever. I can't remember. Am I right, Emerson? I think there was just 1 drive they didn't score on.
Who, Oklahoma?
Yeah, or did they score on
Or
every
KU?
drive? No, OU.
In the second half?
Yeah.
They didn't score anything in the first half in 3 drives. The second half, let's see. Sorry. You can keep talking.
I don't know. But
I will say this: it's like every year Oklahoma will play the worst team in the league, which is usually Kansas. Kansas is always there to try to play Oklahoma, but this next weekend, Kansas is going to get stumped. Like, what's going to happen.
because you give it your all against OU. That's how it is every year because they're the 6-time defending champions of the Big 12.
Sorry,
They've won
Dave.
the Big 12 title 6 years in a row. I mean, why wouldn't you give it your all even if you're 1-5? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can all agree that Oklahoma played a terrible game. Whatever, they better pull their head out of their ass next week because they're not gonna roll over and Texas Tech is a decent team. They are.
They are. I did get to watch that game a little bit, though, the K-State and Texas Tech game. Texas Tech, they came out strong, but in the middle of that game, the real momentum switcher was when K-State got that safety, and after that, it's like Texas Tech just shut down. They couldn't do anything. K-State ended up winning the game, I think.
Yeah,
like
25-24. Yeah.
But
I was surprised.
me too, honestly. It was 14 to 0, and I was like, well, K-State's not winning this one. course, I couldn't find the OU game on TV, which I'd rather have watched.
It was on ESPN right after College Game Day. It's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay.
But
I don't know. At this point, we're kind of rattling on. Emerson, is there anything you want?
Yeah, Oklahoma scored on every possession in the second half.
They did.
TD, 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 TD game.
Yeah, where was that in the first half? But whatever.
at least it came.
Well,
At least they scored. That's the
and
thing.
Kansas would have had another touchdown instead of a field goal, but it got called back on a kind of a dumb penalty, in my opinion. So I mean, Oklahoma escaped with another. That would have just made it even closer. So
Yeah. So
I don't know.
I don't know. Next week's Texas Tech. We'll see how that goes. It's at 2:30 on ESPN ABC, I believe, in Norman, Oklahoma.
I have to ask, do you think Alex Grinch is rotating defensive players too much? Because it's like, okay, come on. It's at some point just out athletic them.
Dude,
And put your best guys on the field until they get a stop.
I don't know.
Is that-
I have no idea. I can just tell you whatever they're doing's not working.
I think I saw Jalen Redmond play. I think I did, which is very exciting.
I don't know. They better get their heads screwed on straight because, honestly, if they don't get this fixed, I kind of hope Oklahoma drops a game to somebody soon so they don't get into the playoff. Because I feel like if they play this way and they get into the playoff, they're going to get – it's going to be another LSU versus Oklahoma in the Peach Bowl.
Honestly, I feel like they'll bounce back after the last 2 weeks.
And I hope
with Caleb
so.
Williams.
I hope so.
I feel like they went into this game thinking, "Oh, we're playing Kansas. It's just going to be easy." I mean, that's what happens when you go into those games thinking like, "Oh, it's just going to be a scrimmage or basically a second bye week," if you say. But I guarantee they go into these next few weeks against Texas Tech and then the OSU game too, which OSU lost this weekend, by the way, to Iowa State.
Which doesn't mean a damn thing.
No, but
OSU lost?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But
it was
I
hilarious.
guarantee they're going to be ready to play those teams because, it's not going to be
I hate
Kansas
them.
every weekend. That's the shitty part about having a team like that.
So
Not-
Iowa State's
not saying
lost to
Kansas
Iowa
is
and
bad.
Baylor?
They're not the best.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. They have.
Wow.
So, whatever. They got one loss in conference. So, yeah. Well, Emerson, do you got anything? As we wrap it up, do you got anything left? Anything you just want to throw out there? Still, you're recovering from that day.
I mean, I didn't get that. I mean, I was feeling all right. Then we went and got some Mexican food. It was pretty good. It was a nice day. It was a nice day for football, too, so you can't be mad about that. But, I mean, and maybe I'm overreacting because it was, a 12-point win at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
35-23, whatever.
two or three plays go another direction, and you're talking about a way more close game, way more pucker factor. But at the same time, I have to complain about these rankings. I've been seeing Alabama jumping Oklahoma and Ohio State jumping Oklahoma and Oklahoma at number 5, and I'm just like, what?
The only thing that matters is the final polls at the end of the year, and I'm going to tell you this.
But it's still annoying.
This has nothing to do with
right.
anything we're talking about, but I'm going to stick to my guns. Michigan's going to beat Ohio State.
Do they beat Michigan State this week?
Yeah, but I still think Michigan's going to beat Ohio State regardless of what happens this weekend. So,
Yeah.
Bryce, you got anything as we wrap it up?
Not
We're kind of
really.
just rattling on now.
Yeah, I tried following the game. It's hard to follow it when you're not physically watching it on TV, but it always sucks when people are coming up to you or like, "Hey, what's happened to your Sooners?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know." And then you check. And
As you're stuck at a damn wedding.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at least we won. That's all I got to say.
There you go. 8-0. Crazy season so far.
Dub's a dub.
There you go. Win's a win. Kinda. So, that's all we got. we'll have another video Wednesday. Wednesday, right? Wednesday. I'm getting a nod from the
Yeah.
crew back there. Okay. Wednesday night. We'll see you guys later. Boomer Sooner.
Hi, I'm Adam Murphy, director and producer of Sooner Saloon.
My name's Gabe Joyner. I'm the motherfucking sound guy.
And we would like to thank you for watching and want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe if you like our videos.
Go. Smash that like button. Destroy that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, kill it.
Cheers to that, bud.
Destroy. Subscribe. Destroy the like button.